Hi guys, Jennifer Crystal Johnson here. Everyone calls me Jen, but that's kind of the official, name that I go by. Um, I wanted to take a few minutes today and talk about some little sections of my book, The 10 Pillars of a Happy Relationship, because I think some of this stuff is really important, whether you're in a relationship or not. I kind of went into a lot of personal development concepts in this book. So I decided I'm going to kind of go into some of these ideas and explain a little bit, well, maybe not explain, but go into more detail about why I find it important and how it can help other people. The first section, and you guys are going to have to forgive the mess behind me. We're a house full of creatives, and so there's like kid art and books and all kinds of crazy stuff everywhere. Um, the first section of the 10 pillars is obviously the first pillar, and that one is learn to love you first. And honestly, I think this is very important because a lot of people either have an ego, right? But they don't really have that self confidence and that self love where you value yourself. That's really important. Whether you're in a relationship or not, it's going to come through and it's going to shine through your personality, whether you think of yourself as having value or if you have low self esteem. I mean, I notice it in people all the time, like, can you kind of tell when people don't have very high self esteem and they don't think very highly of themselves? They tend to be quieter and not really go after what they want to go after as much, right? So I'm recording this on my webcam because everybody has to start somewhere, and right now that's what I have, so there we go. Um, I wanted to read one sentence from this section and kind of focus on that. True happiness always comes from within. It does not and should not depend solely on other people. Now, I've known a lot of people whose happiness kind of depends on everybody else. They need someone to encourage them or to just kind of coddle them or what's the word I'm looking for? Reassure them. And this is true especially in relationships. How many times have you been with someone, or maybe even have you been that person that needs that that kind of reinforcement, like otherwise you don't feel like they love you, and for some reason you're addicted to that feeling and you absolutely have to feel loved by this person, but if they're not reinforcing that all the time, then you all of a sudden become miserable. And now I've been on both sides of that, so I kind of know, from each standpoint what that's like, and it's not fun for anybody. So I wanted to also go into happiness, real happiness, and how it doesn't come from anybody else. It starts within you. You do not need anybody else to be happy. It comes from you. If you choose to be happy, then you can be happy, no matter what your situation is, no matter what your circumstances are, right? I mean, technically right now I'm in poverty, but I'm stoked. I'm really happy. I've got everything that I need. I'm on a path to wherever, and anything I imagine can come true. And I think a lot of that has to do with the internet, because the internet is full of opportunities. But, it's one of those things where you have to make up your mind to be happy and to go after what you want to go after. And the how will usually present itself. It doesn't really matter, but the point is you have to start with being happy in here, because then guess what? Your environment is going to correspond with that. It's going to say, yes, I'm happy. And it's going to continue to give you that happiness over and over again, as long as you're coming from a place of feeling happy. And I've found personally that the best way to do this is through gratitude. So the kids and I have a gratitude jar, and we write down anytime we feel grateful for something, we kind of capture that feeling. We date it and we say, I'm grateful for, and then we fold it up a little piece of paper and put it in the jar, and then at the end of the year we're going to go back through and read back and remember what happened this year that was good. So if you don't have a gratitude jar, you don't want to do that. Another good practice is to write in a journal, or to just carry something around like a token or a rock or something where anytime you touch it, you go through some things that you're grateful for. It can be one thing, but it won't be as effective. It's better if you do 3 to 5, so we, a lot of times, and I'm really happy I got the kids into this because it's so cool. With the gratitude jar, we'll put sometimes anywhere between 1 to 6 things a day in there, each of us. So it's only February and it's already pretty much full. So we might have to like squish the papers in there by the end of the year and they'll get all crumply and stuff, but it'll still be fun. It'll still be fun to look back. So hopefully they won't get too messed up. Anyway, I wanted to touch on those 2 things, and if you haven't yet and you would like to, you can pick up a copy of my book on Amazon. Here, this whole left-right confusion thing on camera is really strange. Cover looks like this. This book is going to be part of a series eventually, but I just have to write it. But for now, it's just the 10 Pillars of a Happy Relationship, and I wrote it after getting out of a relationship. It wasn't a bad relationship, it just wasn't meant to last. And once I got out of that relationship and my life got back to just me and the kids, it kind of felt right to take a look back and kind of reflect on everything that I've been through in relationships, good or bad. So that's how this book came about. If it sounds like something you'd like to read, or even if it doesn't, maybe the little short videos will help you too. Anyway, I hope that everyone is having a great week, and thank you for watching.